Good morning, folks. Joe Joseph here for Freedom Link Radio, and this morning I want to talk to you a little bit about the use of predator drones here on U.S. soil. And this article comes from Opposing Views, and I will post a link in the chat box or the description box below. But it says North Dakota police use predator drones to catch cow thieves. Now, in this, what's so incredibly disgusting is the fact that they label this family as government extremists. That's what they are. It says a predator drone, the same aerial vehicle used by the CIA to track down and assassinate terrorists and militants in Pakistan and Afghanistan, was used to hunt down the Brossarts, a Dakota family who allegedly wouldn't give back 3 cows and their calves that wandered onto their 3,000-acre farm this summer. The head of the Brossart family are Susan and husband Rodney, who live with 7 of their 8 adult children in a compound, which includes a house, trailer, and 2 RVs. I'm going to stop right there for a second and just talk about that. Think about, as we look back in history, what they classified as compounds. You know, you had the Branch Davidian compound, things like that. They're already taking this family and they're making them out to be extremists when all they want to do is be left alone. They don't consent to the current system, the way things are, because they know it's corrupt. And basically what happened is, and I can read this whole article, but basically what happened is this family's had repeated problems with the cows wandering onto their property. So after so many times, they're like, you know what, if you're not going to fix the problem and keep your cows on your property, well then when they wander onto my property, I'm going to keep them. You know? And that's just the way it is. So what happened was the sheriff's department utilized some of these predator drones that have been made available to the local police, and they're owned by Customs and Border Patrol, to spy on this family. You know? Says when the cops returned to collect the lost cattle, 3 of the Brossart sons confronted Sheriff Janke with rifles and shotguns and would not allow the officers on the farm, saying the unregulated use of the drones is intrusive. It most certainly is intrusive. There was no search warrant, absolutely none. And so these people who are standing up for their rights got arrested and had to post $250,000 bail. This is absolutely ludicrous. It is atrocious, and this is exactly what S-1867, what the Strategic Implementation Plan that was issued by the White House on December the 8th, this is what this all has to do with. It is usurping your constitutional rights, and just the rule of law no longer applies anymore. Now it's the rule of men. And folks, you cannot stand for this. Whether you're the Brossart family in North Dakota or you're the Smith family in New York City, your constitutional rights are given to us. Everybody, every American person in this country has God-given rights that cannot be taken away by men or by legislation. Can't happen. You have to understand this, and you have to do things like the Brossart family did, which was not consent. Now, eventually, you know, they were arrested. They didn't fire a shot. But the fact is that they were spied on by this predator drone, which is owned by the government, and it spied on them without obtaining a warrant or following any sort of due process whatsoever. So look into this, folks, but this is the police state. This is what we live in, and believe it or not, if you are silent and you let this happen, then you consent. Silence is consent in the eyes of the law. Do not consent. Speak out about this atrocious act, because more are going to follow. Believe me, as things start to get worse, more instances like this are going to follow. Now, I want to say something else before I end this video. On Sunday evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to have a young man on my broadcast that should give us all a little hope in knowing that the next generation of people, of young people, are starting to plug in and pay attention in a way that generations, including my own and the ones before me, have not. The gentleman's YouTube channel is Educatorium Euphorium. So YouTube search that and subscribe to his channel. A brilliant young man, and I will have him on the broadcast from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday evening. And I'd like to thank all of the new subscribers I have to my channel. I will continue to put out as much information I can on this and any other issue that affects us, but more so than anything, I'd like to thank the young people that have taken the time to email me and ask me questions about this, because it's so important that the young people get plugged in and understand what's going on. So folks, tune into Freedom Link Radio. The next broadcast is Thursday from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing everybody there, and again, I will post all of my shows on this channel as an archive. God bless you all, and have a pleasant day.